I'm Dan Ackerman, and we are here mere blocks from the Apple campus in Cupertino with the very first hands-on look with the new 11.6-inch MacBook Air. As everyone expected, the newest member of the MacBook family is this 11-inch Air. It looks and feels a lot like a cross between the current MacBook Air and those 11-inch premium netbooks that we've seen a lot of this year. This guy actually has an Intel Core 2 Duo processor and NVIDIA's GeForce 320M graphics, and that's pretty much the same as you'd actually get in the white $999 MacBook, although this is an ultra-low voltage version of that processor. Still, for an 11-inch, premium netbook style system, that's a fairly reasonable and powerful set of hardware. You're going to find pretty much the same full-size keyboard and large multi-touch trackpad as you find on other members of the MacBook family. And the screen on this is actually really interesting. This is the first MacBook ever with a 16:9 display. That's really the industry standard now. It's 1366 by 768. The 13-inch version of the MacBook Air still has a 16:10 screen. MacBooks are really some of the only laptops left with 16:10 displays. Besides the new version of iLife, the upcoming OS X Lion Edition, and the new App Store, the thing you're probably going to be most excited about is, get this, not one, but count them, 2 USB ports. That's twice as many as in the original MacBook Air, and really fixes one of the main complaints people had about that system. Like the original MacBook Air, it's actually very tapered. It's about 0.68 inches in the back, tapers down very thin in the front. The 11-inch is actually just as thick as the 13-inch. It's not really any thinner. And there you go. We just turned it off and turned it back on again. That's the instant on. That's something else people are very excited about. Observe again, I close the lid. It goes into kind of very low power mode, and then when you open it up, instant on, almost like you get with your iPad. The new 11-inch MacBook starts with 64 gigs of solid-state memory for $999. It's actually not an SSD hard drive. They actually take the memory modules out of it and put it right on the motherboard. And of course, you can trade up from there to more memory or a faster processor or the 13-inch screen. There's one kind of bum note about the design I'm not too pleased with, and that is the lack of edge-to-edge glass on the display. You see, it's got the silver bezel here. It doesn't look nearly as good as the black bezel with the glass over it that you see on other MacBooks, but that's about the only negative so far in our very early hands-on impressions. I'm Dan Ackerman, and that is the new 11.6-inch MacBook Air.